Welcome to Cheater Confessions. Let's get started with today's story. I turned 30 on a Tuesday. It wasn't just another birthday to me. I had been talking about it for months, not obsessively, just enough that it mattered. Vivian knew that. We'd had that conversation more than once. I came downstairs around 8. Vivian was already in the kitchen, standing by the island, scrolling through her phone with a cup of coffee in her hand. No card, no breakfast, nothing set up. "Morning," I said. "Hey," she replied, barely looking up. I stood there for a second, gave her the space to remember. Nothing. "You heading to work?" I asked. "In a bit," she said. Then she shook her head. "Actually, no. I took the day off." That caught my attention. "Oh yeah? For what?" She finally looked up, like I'd interrupted something more important. "I forgot to tell you. I'm going out with friends later." "Later?" I repeated. "Yeah, just a thing. Dinner or something." I watched her for a moment. "Vivian, today's my birthday." She blinked once, leaned back slightly. "I know," she said. "I forgot, okay? We'll celebrate another day." Flat. No apology behind it. Just a statement. I nodded slowly. "You forgot." "It's been a busy week, Walter. Don't make it a big deal." I held her gaze a second longer than she expected. "Right." She grabbed her bag like the conversation was over. "I'll be back late." Then she walked out. No hesitation, no second thought. I sat down at the table and checked my phone. Messages were already coming in. My brother Daniel had sent something. My parents had texted. A couple of guys from work, too. Everyone remembered. Around noon, I checked her location. Not something I did often, but she had insisted we keep it on months ago. "Just in case," she had said. The dot showed her across town, at a hotel. I stared at it for a few seconds, waiting for it to move. It didn't. I called her. Straight to voicemail. I waited. Called again. Same result. I leaned back in my chair and looked at the screen again. A hotel. On my birthday. "You forgot," I said out loud. It didn't sound right. So I checked again. Same location. Same silence. That's when I stopped waiting for an explanation. If she was going to spend my birthday at a hotel, I was going to find out why. I grabbed my keys. I didn't rush. That was the first thing I controlled. The drive across town was quiet. No music, no calls, just enough time to think through what I was about to do and what I wasn't going to do. I wasn't there to argue. I wasn't there to guess. I pulled into the hotel parking lot and sat for a moment, looking at the entrance. People coming and going like any normal afternoon. No scene, no sign of anything unusual. That was the point. I got out and walked inside. The lobby was quiet. A few people sitting around. Nothing that stood out. I went straight to the front desk. The receptionist looked up. "Good afternoon." "Afternoon," I said. "I'm trying to find out if my wife checked in here earlier." "Vivian Carter." She typed something into her computer. It didn't take long. "Yes," she said. "She checked in a couple of hours ago." I kept my tone even. "Was she alone?" She hesitated. Not long, but enough. "No," she said. "She arrived with a man." That landed exactly how it needed to. No emotion, just confirmation. I nodded once. "Do they look like a couple?" Another pause. Then she gave me a straight answer. "Yes." That was all I needed. I didn't ask for a room number, didn't ask for details. I wasn't going upstairs. I stayed at the reception desk. "All right," I said. "I need to send something to that room. Champagne. And dessert." The receptionist hesitated for a moment, then nodded. "Of course. Do you have a message you'd like included?" "I do," I replied. I paused for just a second. "Write this exactly. Happy 30th to me. Enjoy your stay. We'll talk about the divorce later." Silence. "Sir, are you sure?" "I'm sure." "All right," she said. "We'll have it delivered shortly." "Good." I turned and walked out of the hotel. Back to my car. Sat there for maybe 30 seconds. Then I leaned back in the seat and waited. No more guessing. No more benefit of the doubt. Just time before the message landed. It took less than 10 minutes. My phone lit up while I was still sitting in the car. "Vivian." I let it ring. It stopped. Then started again. I didn't answer. A message came through almost immediately. "What did you just do?" Another one. "Walter, call me. Now." I didn't move. She called again. I declined. Then another message. "You're embarrassing me." That one I read twice. Embarrassing her. I almost laughed. The phone rang again, but this time it wasn't her number. I answered. Yeah. A man's voice came through, controlled, but tense. Is this Walter? It is. There was a short pause, like he was deciding how to handle it. You sent something to our room, he said. I did. You think that was appropriate? I leaned back slightly. You're in a hotel room with my wife on my birthday. I think we're past appropriate. Silence. Then he tried a different angle. This isn't what you think. That line doesn't work on me, I said. Try something else. He exhaled. We were just talking. In a hotel room, I said. Middle of the day, after she forgot my birthday. No response. Here's what's going to happen, I continued. You don't call me again. You don't explain anything to me. Whatever you think this is, it's done on my side. You don't know the situation, he said, quieter now. I know enough, I replied. That was the end of that. I hung up. No more calls after that. No more messages either. Just silence again. I sat there for another minute, then started the car. There was nothing left to confirm. Whatever version of the story she was going to come home with, I already had the only part that mattered. She was there, not alone, and not by accident. I drove home without rushing. If she wanted to talk, she'd have her chance. But it wasn't going to be on her terms anymore. She walked in at 9:12 p.m. No hesitation, no pause at the door. She came in fast, like she had already decided how the conversation was going to go. What the hell was that? Vivian said, dropping her bag on the chair. I was on the couch, calm, beer in hand. A message, I said. At the hotel? She snapped. You had them deliver that? I looked at her. You weren't alone. Her expression tightened. You followed me? I drove to the hotel, I said. Asked the front desk. That stopped her, just for a second. They told me you checked in with a man, I continued. Said you looked like a couple. Her jaw set. That's not what it looked like. It's exactly what it looked like, I said. She crossed her arms. You're jumping to conclusions. Then explain it. It was just a place to hang out, she said quickly. Olivia was supposed to come. Plans changed. We stayed anyway. In a hotel room, I repeated. Yes. With him. She hesitated. He's just a friend. I nodded slowly. What's his name? She looked away for a second. Ryan. How long have you known him? A couple months. At the gym? I asked. Her eyes snapped back to mine. How do you know that? I asked the right questions, I said. You didn't mention him once in those couple months. It didn't mean anything. That's not your call to make alone. She took a step closer. Nothing happened, Walter. You're blowing this out of proportion. You checked into a hotel with another man, I said. On my birthday, after telling me you forgot. I said I'd make it up to you, she shot back. That's not how that works. Silence hit the room. She looked at me, searching for something to grab onto. So what? She said finally. You're ending everything over this? I stood up slowly. I already spoke to a lawyer. That landed. Her posture changed immediately. You're serious, she said. I don't bluff. She shook her head. This is insane. No, I said. What's insane is thinking I'd ignore what I saw today. Her voice softened slightly. We can fix this. I looked at her for a second. No, I said. You should have thought about that before the hotel. I walked past her toward the hallway. She didn't follow. For the first time, she didn't have an answer. I met Jonathan Reed the next morning at 9. He didn't waste time. Give me the facts, he said. I did. Morning conversation. The hotel. The receptionist. The man. The message. He nodded once. Good. You didn't make a scene. That helps. I'm not interested in scenes. Good, he said again. Then we keep it clean. Document everything. Keep communication minimal. We went through finances. House in both names. My consulting income. Savings. No kids. Short marriage, he said. That works in your favor. Anything I need to worry about? She'll try, he said. They always do. That was enough for me. When I got home, Vivian was already there, sitting at the kitchen table, waiting. We need to talk, she said. Talk to your lawyer, I replied, grabbing a glass. She stood up. Stop doing that. Doing what? Acting like this is already over. It is, I said. Her expression hardened. You don't get to decide that alone. I get to decide what I stay in, I replied. And I'm out. She stepped closer. You're throwing away a marriage over one mistake. I looked at her. It wasn't one mistake. She frowned. What is that supposed to mean? It means you didn't wake up yesterday and randomly end up in a hotel with a guy named Ryan, I said. That takes time, planning, pattern. That's not fair, she said quickly. We just met at the gym. That's it. For how long? She hesitated. How long, Vivian? A few months, she said. I nodded. And in those months, you never thought to mention him. It didn't matter. It matters now. She ran a hand through her hair. Nothing happened. That's not the point, I said. Then what is? I held her eyes. You created a situation where it could happen. You hid it. Then you chose him over me on a day you knew mattered. Her face tightened. I didn't choose him over you. You checked into a hotel with him, I said. You already made the choice. Silence. That was the moment it shifted. Not emotional, structural. She stopped arguing facts and started thinking ahead. Fine, she said. If you want to go down this road, then we do it properly. There it was. Not apology. Strategy. I nodded once. Good. That makes it simple. She held my gaze, then let out a short breath, grabbed her bag, and walked out. She didn't come back that night. 3 days later, she showed up again. Different tone this time. No anger, no edge, just controlled. I need to talk to you, Vivian said. I didn't open the door all the way. Say it from there. She exhaled. This isn't something you say across a door. Then you should have thought about that earlier. Her jaw tightened, but she kept it together. I'm pregnant. I didn't react right away, just looked at her. How far? I asked. About 7 weeks. I did the math without saying it out loud. But it didn't add up. That period, we weren't close for a while. Is it mine? I asked. Her expression changed instantly. Are you serious right now? Yes. Of course it's yours. You've been seeing Ryan for months, I said. So I'm asking again. Is it mine? Her voice sharpened. I told you. Nothing happened with him. You've said a lot of things, I replied. That's why we verify. She stared at me. You don't trust me at all. No, I said. I don't. That sat between us for a second. Then she shifted. Softer voice. Different angle. Walter, we don't have to do this, she said. We can slow down. Talk to someone. Figure it out. For the baby? I asked. Yes. I shook my head slightly. No? Her eyes narrowed. You'd break your family before it even starts? I'd avoid building one on a lie, I said. That's not fair. What's fair is clarity, I replied. We do a paternity test. If it's mine, I handle my responsibility, fully. But I'm not staying married because of it. You can't separate those things. I can. She looked at me like she was trying to find a way through that. There wasn't one. My lawyer will push for the house, she said finally. Stability. Medical coverage. You know how this works. Then your lawyer can talk to mine, I said. And mine will ask for proof. Her face hardened again. You're being cold. I'm being consistent, I said. Another silence. Then she nodded once. All right. Not agreement. Adjustment. She turned and walked away. No drama this time. Just a different strategy forming. And I knew exactly what that meant. The next phase was going to be legal, not personal. After that, everything moved through lawyers. Jonathan handled it clean. No delays, no emotion in the process. Vivian's side came in aggressive at first. Full claim on the house, temporary support, medical coverage tied to the pregnancy. Jonathan read it once and slid it back. Standard pressure, he said. We don't react, we respond. And the pregnancy? I asked. We require proof, he said. Everything else waits. That response went out the same day. Things slowed after that, then shifted. A week passed. No medical documents, no confirmation, no follow-up from her side on anything related to it. Jonathan called me. They're backing off the pregnancy angle. Meaning? Meaning they can't support it, he said. Or they don't want to. That told me enough. We didn't chase it. Didn't need to. Negotiations restarted without it. The new terms were different. House gets sold. Proceeds split. No spousal support. No claim on my consulting income. Each covers their own legal fees. Car goes to her along with the payments. Jonathan looked at me. This is reasonable. It holds, I said. We accepted. The paperwork moved quickly after that. A few signatures, a few formalities. Then it was done. No court, no trial, no extra noise. Vivian sent one email after everything was finalized. Short, controlled. She said she was sorry, that she didn't expect things to go this far, that maybe we both could have handled things differently. I read it once, then deleted it. No reply. There was nothing left to say. I didn't hear from Vivian for a while after the divorce was finalized. Not directly, but things have a way of circling back. Daniel mentioned it first, like it wasn't important. "She's not with that guy anymore," he said. "Ryan?" I asked. "Yeah, didn't last." I nodded once. That didn't surprise me. Situations like that rarely do. A couple weeks later, I ran into Olivia at a grocery store. She saw me first. "Walter," she said, a little hesitant. "Can we talk for a second?" I kept it short. "Go ahead." She shifted her weight. "Vivian's not doing great. She thought things would go differently." "They usually do," I said. "She didn't expect you to actually go through with it," Olivia added. "That wasn't my problem." Olivia nodded slowly. "For what it's worth, she regrets how it happened." I looked at her for a second. "That's not the same as regretting the decision." She didn't argue that. Then she hesitated, like she wasn't finished. "She told people, 'It's Ryan's,'" she said. I didn't respond right away. "Did he confirm it?" I asked. She said he didn't deny it. Silence. That was enough. "I just thought you should know," Olivia added. "I know," I said. "Take care, Olivia." I turned and walked off. That was the last real update I got. No drama, no big fallout, just consequences playing out the way they usually do. Vivian made a choice. Then she made another one, trying to fix the first. Neither worked. A week later, Daniel called me. "Dinner tonight," he said. No excuses. I went. Dinner was already set when I arrived. The kind of dinner I was supposed to have with her. No waiting, no delays, just people who showed up. At one point, Daniel raised his glass. "To 30, he said. I nodded once. To 30. And this time, it actually meant something. Not because of how it started, but because of how it ended. Clean, clear, and on my terms. Thank you for watching.